I want to get back to you, but before that, let
Sure.
me ask Professor Wahisi, tell us a little bit about what you did in the study and what you found.
Well, I did two things. One, I helped conduct some of the interviews, the individual interviews that we did with members of the Haitian diaspora, especially in South Florida. One of my concerns was that we think of Haitians only being concentrated in Little Haiti and maybe in North Miami and in the North End. So I was trying to find Haitian members who live in South Dade and Homestead and Florida City, who have some different lifestyles and different opinions, maybe because they have differences here, and also in West Kendall and in this part of town. And so I was very enlightened to speak with them in terms of learning how they use the media. Where do they go? If they, I spoke to one woman who was a security guard. Her sister did housekeeping. Neither of them spoke much English. And they, even when I did the interview, the Haitian radio was on at the time. It stayed on. Meanwhile, one of their sons was, his favorite program was, is it 2.5 Men or something? What's the name of that?
Yeah, right.
So, and he listened, and he did very little listening of it, but they all confirmed that they stayed in touch with Haiti and through cell phones and the radio. On the other hand, then later on in the study, then I had the wonderful opportunity of doing interviews with Tamara Philippot and Bobby, her husband, for Island TV, and also with Michael and Guy Imran with Sakapfet, which is which has an internet service in which they provide information about Haiti, the culture. And one of the things that I learned from both of those interviews is that there was such a need to combat that negative image that Haitian community has in South Florida. And even in the interviews, I think in the focus groups, people kept saying that the media keep talking about us as the poorest country in the Western Hemisphere. If we hear that one more time, we're going to implode. They just get sick of that. Or so who was out there doing the stories about the positive things that were happening in Haiti and the culture and the carnival and things that are going on here in the diaspora? And those focus groups primarily, and you also looked at this as well, they talked about Island TV as providing that, and they talked about Sakapfet being someplace where even couples can meet and chat and talk about things that are going on here in South Florida, as well as throughout the United States for the Haitian community.
Let me get back to you here, and I want to get Pierre Nazon into the conversation here. Pierre Nazon, you are a member of the radio community here in South Florida, pretty powerful. Is that the kind of messages that you hear as well from your listeners about the perception of the Haitian community out there?
But the Haitian community need to better inform it and educate it on their responsibility.
Mm-hmm. Can you tell us more about that? What do you mean by that?
Sometimes when you're talking about the Haitian community, the Haitian community need to have more information about the responsibility I've just said,
Mm-hmm.
choosing the right place to build with the better safety rules.
Okay.
When they call in Haiti,
Yes.
talking by family in Haiti, now the Haitian community, except the press only, the radio, local radio station or TV, can to help the Haitian community about their responsibility.
Okay. And did you hear the same thing as well in your studies about responsibilities of the audience that they need to do?
Yes, and what I was impressed by also was from the journalist perspective that they want to do more information, that they want to bring, because they feel that the mainstream media are not doing enough to focus on what is happening in Haiti, except for the negative things that we hear about or the sensational things that go on. And so there's a need, I think, both in the as news consumers and news providers, that more needs to be done.
And what's stopping that more from being done? What's the problem?
Advertisers,
Okay.
for one.
Okay.
In both at both outlets that I looked at, they mentioned that they need more mainstream advertisers from the United States to help, so that they can not be on air 6 hours a day, as is the case with Island TV, so that they can do more, so that they can cover more here. And that if we talked about in the earlier panel about the diaspora becoming more involved in what's going on in Haiti, how better can we do that if we have media involved in trying to bring the news to the people?
Is that the same thing that you heard as well?
Yeah, it seems the journals are saying again and again that it's hard for them to attract advertisers, especially large advertisers, because the market information is not there. We know from the 2000 census, and we'll have a lot more information in 2010, that the community is there. But a radio producer or an announcer can't say, I have this many listeners, or I know I reach them. I can't say what the economic segment of my listeners are.
So do you think that there's a general feeling that the Haitian community is so poor, really, that they cannot really, why should I advertise Colgate or...
You know, that perception may be there, but I think mostly it's that large-scale advertisers and advertising agencies need that information before they can guarantee a market buy. And it's a catch-22. Because you need a certain amount of money to be able to do that sort of a study, and to get the money, you need the study. So I think one thing that would be useful is if the Haitian media in radio is very fragmented. We've identified 40 programs. If there was a way to pool them for marketing purposes, if not content purposes, that could lead to a joint study and joint collection of information, and then based on that, they could try to reach out to some of these agencies.
Pierre Nazon, tell me about who your advertisers are. Who pays for your show?
It's very difficult.
Tell me about how difficult it is.
Sometimes, can I say what kind of business?
Yeah, whatever, yes. Tell me where the money is coming from.
Sometimes coming from business communication like NOPIN.
Okay.
Like
The telephone.
the telephone, the name,
Yes.
for 40 seconds.
Okay.
But every day you need to do the same thing. I have 5 hours program every week,
Every week.
like more $4,000 per month. I have 3 people with me because I'm working in the Voice of America. When I have the program in Voice of America, I can to be live in the radio show. I have 2 other persons with me, but I need the money to pay them.
So where do you get the money? Do you go around and knock on doors of
Knock on door,
businesses?
ask them, for example, Mr. Francois, you know some business can to help the radio program? It's a very good radio program. It's in the heart for the Asian community.
Do you make the $4,000 every month, or is there some months that you make less than $4,000?
I have 1 year, 3 months with that show. But sometimes the money Voice of America pay me, I pay for the show.
With your own
My
salary?
own salary. I can to make $4,000. But that's very important for the Asian community. You need the information.
Is that
You
pretty
need-
much what is going on in all the radio stations, the radio programs in the Haitian community?
All the radio programs.
They're all the same. So why
all
aren't
the
you
same thing. For example, you have the 1700, 1320, 1580. That's the same thing. It's not the radio program. Have the program as soon have everything. The people all the people that's a broker, you pay for the 1 hour.
Yes.
But now you're looking for the money in the Asian community.